You know what they say? They don't tear down casinos in Las Vegas to make them smaller. They're tearing them down and making them bigger because they're printing money out there. And there's several different reasons for that. But two of the reasons are they will allow you to bet on just about anything out there. And lucky for them, there's enough degenerate gambling type people floating around that are willing to bet on just about anything. Conference expansion is all anybody wants to talk about anymore. I'm a little tired of it, to be honest with you. I'll talk about some of that here in a minute. Let me get to the point of the video, though. You can now place bets on which team will join which conference first. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this before. I wrote down the top five for the Big Ten and the top five for the SEC because none of the other conferences were mentioned. It was just the Big Ten and the SEC that you can bet on. But so now, in order for these bets to qualify, whatever team you bet on would have to accept an invitation to that conference in the calendar year 2022. So they would have to. You can't bet on this team and then 10 years down the road that team joins that conference and you win the bet. No. The deadline for this bet is December 31st of this year. You have to place your bet by December 31st, and they have to accept an invitation to that conference by December 31st. So, two teams tied with the best odds to join the Big Ten in 2022. Who do you think they are? Think about it in your head right now. You're right on one of them for sure, Notre Dame. The other one, Oregon. Plus 150. Notre Dame and Oregon are the two favorites in Vegas, the two betting favorites in Vegas to be the next two teams to join the Big Ten, each having odds of plus 150. If you don't know how odds work, the way odds work is based off a $100 bet. So plus 150 means if you bet $100, you win an additional 150 if you win. That's what that means. Third best odds to join the Big Ten this year, Washington Huskies. Fourth best odds, now this jumps all the way up to plus 1,400. Fourth best odds, according to Vegas, to join the Big Ten this year, Kansas. Not Kansas State, Kansas. I'm guessing for basketball reasons. The fifth best odds to join the Big Ten this year. Now this would be strange because this is a team that last year accepted an invitation to go to another conference. And they haven't even joined that conference yet. Cincinnati. Fifth best odds to join the Big Ten this year, Cincinnati at plus 1,500. I don't think Ohio State wants that smoke. Ohio State's not going to let Cincinnati in the Big Ten. Cincinnati, of course, is on the way to the Big 12. So that's the top five teams. You can actually place these bets. The list is a little longer. There's more teams on the list, but... The point of this video isn't really to give you the teams and the odds. The point of this video is this is amazing to me that you can actually place bets on this kind of thing. But anyway, let me know what you think about this list. Notre Dame and Oregon at plus 150. Washington at plus 600. Kansas at plus 1,400. Cincinnati at plus 1,500. On to the SEC. Again, we have two teams tied with the best odds. These two teams are tied. The odds plus 250 to join the SEC this year. Clemson and Florida State, two best odds, plus 250 to join the SEC this year. Third team on this list, the Miami Ducks at plus 325. Yes, you heard me right, the Miami Ducks. Fourth best odds to join the SEC this year, Louisville. That's one I haven't heard mentioned a whole lot. Louisville at plus 500, Baylor at plus 500. Two teams you don't see in the top five on here that have been repeated like diarrhea other places on YouTube, North Carolina and Virginia. You don't see North Carolina and Virginia in this top five. So again, best top five odds to join the SEC this year, according to Vegas. Clemson and FSU at plus 250, Miami at plus 325, Louisville at plus 500, and Baylor at plus 500. Let me say this, too, real quick, wrap up this video. By the way, when you watch this video, I might be live on YouTube, by the way. I'm thinking about going live this afternoon for a Q&A. So we'll see. Anyway, I want you to think about last summer when Texas and Oklahoma, when it was announced Texas and Oklahoma were joining the SEC. You did not hear a single word about that. Not the day before, not the week before, not the month before. Nobody anywhere was talking about it. It just happened. And then there was all these rumors. Oh my God, this team's going to do that. This team's not, and nothing else happened. Nothing else happened. Now, fast forward to 2 weeks ago. You're sitting at home scratching your nuts. Your phone goes off. USC, UCLA moving to Big Ten. You didn't hear a word about it before that day. You didn't hear anything about it the day before. You didn't hear anything about it the week before, the month before, nothing. In a time where it seems like it's impossible for anybody to keep any secrets at all, these two moves have come out of the blue. These conference realignments and expansion news, the actual things that have happened, Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC, Southern Cal, UCLA to the Big Ten. You didn't see a bunch of people making tweets, writing articles, and making YouTube videos going, well, I have a source. I have a source telling me Texas is headed to the SEC. You didn't hear a peep. You didn't hear a word. You did not hear a word. Nobody knows. There are no sources. There aren't any sources. I don't care what the tweet says or what the article says or what the video says. There are no sources. An unnamed source. I have been informed by an unnamed source. No, you haven't. Reports are saying, no, they're not. Someone reached out. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. The next thing that happens is going to be out of the blue, just like everything else has been. I don't care how many people go anywhere and pretend they know what's going to happen. No one knows. It'll come out of the blue. But anyway, anybody watching, is anyone watching this video right now degenerate enough to actually place bets on any of this? I wouldn't, for the simple reason that last year, Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC, bunch of wild rumors, and nothing else happened the rest of the year. It could be the same thing now. I mean, we're getting close to the start of fall camp and practice and media days and, hell, games in 6 or 7 weeks. It could be we don't hear anything else this year. It could be that the USC and the UCLA thing are the only two shoes to drop, and everybody's sitting around waiting on, the whole I'm waiting on the next shoe to drop thing. Could be we don't hear anything else this year. I don't know that I would bet on any team to change this year. Not that it couldn't happen. Of course it could. Hell, it could happen 5 minutes after I upload this video. But I wouldn't bet on any of these. And I'm a pretty degenerate gambler myself. I ain't gonna lie.